The East Indians haven't had marches about voting rights. The East Indians haven't had songs and singing, but you have heard of a hotel, correct? You might have known if you traveled. I've traveled damn near everywhere at my service under Commanding General Yohana. It's been a rare hotel I've ever been in that wasn't run by an East Indian. A rare time. Okay? You ever wondered why? I'll show you why. Here's the alternative to voting. Ephraim.
Of all the motels in the US are under Patel ownership.
You use this example of the Patels. What is that story?
Rewind that again.
80%
Because
of
it's
all.
worse than I thought, Ephraim. Did he just say what I think he just said?
Yes, sir.
Play it again and then pause it after he says it.
80% of all the motels in the US are under Patel ownership.
Stop it. I don't believe I just heard that because I did not know it was that bad till just now. Did he just say that 80% of the hotels in America are under the Patel ownership? 80%. And we were voting and marching. 80%. I'm going to be sick tonight. Keep going.
In Uganda in the 1970s. And
This example of the Patels. What is that story?
Idi Amin came to power in Uganda in the 1970s. And he said Africa is for Africans. So what he did is he threw all the Patels out.
It was a family?
It's an ethnic group
Okay.
in India. The US took them in, and when they landed in the US, they basically really didn't have any skills that would allow them to get good jobs, white-collar jobs in the US. What a few of them started to do was they realized that if they bought a motel, a small 10 or 20-room motel, the family could live in one or two of the rooms, and they could use the money they got out and get a bank loan and run the motel. Now, motels are very labor-intensive businesses. So what they did is when a Patel took over a motel, they fired all the staff. And the family took over all the jobs, you know, the cleaning and front desk and everything else, right? And the Patels are vegetarians and they live a very simple life. So when a Patel took over a motel in an area, what they were able to do is they were able to undercut the prices of all the other motels in the area because they have no labor. They have no payroll. They have no workers' comp, none of those things. And so they were, if everyone else is charging $25 a night, they're charging, $19 a night. So the occupancy was higher than everyone else. And they saved their money. And then what they would do is buy the next motel, send the nephew to run it, and then buy the next motel. And this started happening in the early 70s. And when you fast forward to today.
I'm going to be sick. The Patels were kicked out of Uganda because Idi Amin took over Uganda and said, Africa is for Africans. So he kicked the Indians out of Uganda. They all came and fled to America. They didn't go to college. They had no skill. They went and pulled their money together. One family, the Patels. They went and one of them they started to work in hotels. One of them bought a hotel with the money that all of them put together. When they owned the hotel, guess what they did? They fired everyone, all of the employees out of the hotel. And they worked for free, for nothing. Because they worked for free, they could lower the price of a room because they aren't even getting paid. They're living in the hotel. They're eating in the hotel. They're not getting paid. Because of that, they could undercut the other hotels.